Hey guys, Marcus from Live Life Your Way here, and I've got another blog coming to you. Yep, in the car. It's a pretty cool day. Pretty yucky actually. So I thought I'd just do them in the car today. Quick little blog, and I hope you're all staying safe out there. Remember, click that subscribe button. Check out what we're doing on our other social media, because for clients and stuff like that, for some of our fitness stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Have a look at some of our other videos. Remember, you've got to stay healthy mentally and physically. Okay, let's get into it. Now, my discussion on this blog, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, because I'm going to actually really make you think about your own behavior here. Okay, social media. Here's a kicker. Now, I'm going to be referring to some notes that I've made for myself here on this blog, so I will be looking up and down a little bit. I think it's easier sometimes to make notes for myself. That way I can refer back. Social media has it wrong. Does it really? What are you talking about, you say? Well, it does. Social media has it wrong. Facebook and Google, etc., they're probably the two biggest ones, so we'll talk about them for the moment. Think they know what it is we want to see. So they've got their algorithms. So they create this playlist for us. Every time you load up Facebook, it goes to the main page, not an actual most recent page. It automatically gives you what Facebook wants you to see. Okay, so they try and interpret what we want to see by what we regularly look at. Their algorithm tracks us. But there's a problem with that. The human mind is hardwired to direct ourselves to focus on the 1% negative. Then we end up clicking on the negative, because that's how our brain focuses. It's just the way we're hardwired. We have been forever. So we end up clicking on those wrong things that keep triggering us. And so because we keep clicking on those wrong things and focusing on that damaging negative media all the time when we're going through, scrolling through social media, like the news reports, etc., it gives us more based on the algorithm, thinking that's what we want to see more of. So then we see more of it. So then we click on more of it. But then we blame social media. So it's not really their fault. So to a certain extent, yes, because they control the algorithms. But why blame them? Well, the social media algorithms are designed to enhance what we click on, or give us more of what we click on. Okay, so if the algorithm didn't give us more of what we clicked on, would we see more of what we're clicking on? It's a bit of a catch-22. In looking at it from that catch-22 perspective, is if we didn't see more of what we're clicking on, would it give us more of what we're clicking on if we didn't click on it? And if we didn't see it, would we click on it? So is it the algorithm's fault, or is it our fault? So to explain why our brain hardwires in the 1% it does, imagine posting a picture on social media. You get 100 comments. Out of those 100 comments, you get 99 comments that are fantastically positive about that picture. You get one comment that's really, really negative. Now, what do? What's happening here in our brains? Well, we focus on that one negative comment, don't we? We take it completely out of context. We blow it out of proportion, and we go, oh, someone said something bad. And we ignore those 99 positives, because that's the way our brain is hardwired, unfortunately, to focus on that negative. Why? Why do we focus on the negative? Well, that's the flight and fight response in our brain, that 1%. We take that 1%, that one comment out of that 100, and we take it personally, even though the majority was positive, because our body wants to go, oh, hang on, we don't want that negative. We freak out at the negative, so we don't know how to respond to it, and we focus on it. Okay, so here's where we get back to that catch-22 again. It's the social media performance here. The power that social media platforms have is a self-reinforcing power. It makes you focus on that 1% because you want that 100% approval, and you're not getting 100% approval, you're only getting 99. So you focus on that 1% negative. Well, how can I turn that around? Why does social media keep pushing that 1% at us? Because that's the clickbait money for them. Okay, so what we need to do is we actually need to not overly focus on what's being pushed at us. We need to focus on what it is we actually want to see. Okay, so skip past what it is, skip past the negative, skip past that negative posts that are constantly being shoved in front of us. Focus on the positive posts. We need to make a conscious mental effort to combat that 1%. Okay, so when we say it's social media's fault for presenting the world the way it is it really? Or is it our fault for constantly clicking on those negatives to enhance and reinforce the algorithm to keep shoving more of those negatives at us, when we should be skipping past the negatives and looking at the positives, looking at the good stuff that we want to see, rather than constantly clicking on those negatives, that clickbait? Now, admit it to yourself, I'm sure you have to, because I do it as well. How many times do you keep looking at social media and go, oh, look at all the crap that's on here, look at all the rubbish, look at all the stuff that Google keeps shoving in my face for all this advertising, because it's calculating what you've looked at in the past and it's shoving more of that at you. Break the cycle here and then at yourself. That's where the chain had to break. That's where the cycle has to stop, with your choice. Okay, so don't always blame social media. Yes, their algorithm's going to shove stuff at you, but you can choose not to look at it. I hope that gave you a little bit of food for thought in terms of social media. Something to consider. We can't keep blaming someone else for our own actions. Okay. Yeah, you've got to make that choice to stop looking on that clickbait that's being shoved in front of you, and choose carefully what it is you actually want to look at. Hope you're staying safe out there. Remember, any questions, drop them below. Hit the subscribe button and hit the follow button, and we'll see you on the next video. Stay safe.